Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel, Watch and Pray Always. Today I wanted to show you my garden. This is not a tutorial, just wanted to let you know what I've been up to lately for the past several weeks. The stuff that I've been working on during lockdown, and I'm sure lots of you have been doing some of the same things. It's definitely been really helpful for my peace of mind to just be busy and be productive, and yeah, because there's so much noise, there's so much real news and fake news, and it can be a little overwhelming, right? So it's good that we have projects and there are things that we can do to prepare and just to be healthy in body, mind, and spirit. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you now my veggie garden. My vegetable garden talk take 3. My phone camera, or I should just say my phone, keeps getting overheated because it's so hot, and I'm video recording, whatever. Did I just say videotaping? Oh my gosh, I totally dated myself. Anyways, before that happens again, I'm going to quickly show you my little garden. Just know ahead of time that I am definitely a beginner gardener, and I'm learning as I go. So maybe some of you are as well, and maybe you can benefit from some of the things I'm already starting to learn. I hope, especially if you live in a similar climate or live in the same state, the same part of the state. Basically, I live in the greater Phoenix area of Arizona, so it's a pretty harsh climate. All right, so the first one is my summer squash, heirloom crookneck squash, and it does have one damaged leaf that I'm probably gonna have to trim off, but this is going to have a nice yellow sort of pear-shaped squash, and most of the leaves are doing pretty good. So yeah, 5-gallon bucket, and that was $2-3, and then tomato cage, that was another $2 or $3. Soil. Obviously you want to put holes for drainage in the bottom of the bucket, but there's a lot of vegetables that will grow very happily in a reusable, cheap 5-gallon bucket container. Next door, I have my determinate tomato. This is supposed to be a very hardy, wheat resistant, not wheat resistant, heat resistant, my goodness. This is supposed to be a very hardy, heat resistant plant, but I've noticed that it gets pretty droopy and wilty looking in the hot part of the day, and I need to give it a drink a couple of times a day. And it looks like I've got some bugs munching on the leaves here as well, so I might need to look for something organic that I can use to something natural that I can use to treat the plant against bugs. But yeah, same exact concept with, obviously it is a tomato, so a tomato cage for it and a 5-gallon bucket. But this is the determinate tomato plant. Doesn't need a cage as much as the indeterminate tomato plant, which I'll show you. We have one of those too, but right here in the middle is our Algerian clementine. Citrus does really well in Arizona. I read that they actually need the heat, and they use it for their fruit to get more and more sweet. So that's cool because we have a lot of heat here, and it's already, we're getting up into the 90s, and it's only April, so I'm excited about this plant. But we're not really sure where we're going to plant it yet, so it's still in its planter. Next to it is my determinate tomato. So let me just give you an idea of their difference in height. Just drag this one over so you can see them side by side. You can see that the determinate one is, I don't know, a good maybe 5-7 inches shorter. So yeah, the indeterminate tomato will get to be about 4 to 5 feet tall when it's mature. So that one definitely needed a tomato cage. The indeterminate one, I had mixed reviews about whether or not to get it a tomato cage, but I got it one anyways. So there's that. Next to it, sweet green bell peppers. Look at those leaves. They are so hardy. And they even look like that at the hottest part of the day. So I'm really, really excited. This one's doing good. I don't have to baby it at all. I just have to water it. And I think we're gonna have some amazing sweet bell peppers, green ones. Then next to it, I have my jalapenos. Also nice and hardy, not quite as hardy, but still really good leaves. And yeah, doing well. I would definitely say the peppers are heat resistant, but this one's getting munched by some bugs. Okay, so on to my herbs. My phone is already heating up, so I'm gonna hurry. I've got rosemary. Rosemary loves the heat, the aridness. You don't need to water it that much, and it loves the full sun, so I'm excited about that. Coming from a Mediterranean, I think, climate, so yeah, it does really well here. I have a companion planter here. I've got some thyme. That's this one, and then I've got some oregano, Greek oregano and German thyme. And they companion plant really well, and they don't crossbreed and interfere with flavor, and they're not invasive to each other, so that's cool. I've got my basil here. I was actually going to try to companion plant basil, but I read that they don't do well with very many other herbs, and they companion plant better with other veggies, with veggies than other herbs. And then here is my sweet mint. That is an invasive species. I think it can be companion planted with like lettuces or cabbages or something like that, but definitely not with other herbs. So then real quickly, I've got a baby lemon tree. Same situation, does really good in the heat, but I think this one needs some fertilizer because its leaves are kind of faded and might even need a trim. So yeah, this is a pomegranate tree, and again, it's from kind of a Middle Eastern to Mediterranean climate, so it's going to do really well in this heat, and I'm excited because I love me some pomegranate. This is my little composting bin. I was going to use it as a planter for something that wasn't in season, so for now we're just kind of experimenting with putting things in here to help create some mulch. Oh, my phone is getting really hot. I think I showed you this in another video, so I'm not going to show you that again. Same with my little baby lime tree, but I noticed on that other video that I wasn't like, the camera wasn't straight in front of it. I'm telling you, it's so hard to film out here because it's so bright. Okay, I'm gonna wrap that up. That is my garden. I just wanted to show you. Let me know in the comments what you're doing that's productive and useful. What skills are you learning right now during this lockdown? In my state, that lockdown's not gonna be lifted for another couple of weeks, I think. So yeah, it's helping us not to go crazy. So yeah, we pitched the tent for the kids, but now it's starting to get too hot for them to use it. But yeah, put this little old mailbox here, so it's like a little house. Just fun. Stop filming and start filming again because my phone was overheating. It is really hot today already, and we're only in April, late April. Whew. So it's hot, but it's actually not that hot because where I live, it gets up into the triple digits and stays in the triple digits for, let's see, how many months? From about mid-April, early May to about late October, early November. So anyways, I wanted to finish showing you my plants. So let's see, where did I leave off? I have a hibiscus. Oh shoot, I need to turn this around. This little baby is my hibiscus plant, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new buds on it. Its other blooms fell off, but I'm really excited to show you what it looks like when it's in bloom. But it's doing fairly good. Some of these plants, you know, they say on the little card that they like full sun for, you know, 6 to 8 hours a day, but I don't think that necessarily means Arizona sun, because Arizona sun is hot and heavy, and it starts in April sometimes. This is another flowering plant. my begonias, which were looking better yesterday, but today they're kind of drying out. So I moved it from a sunnier spot to a shadier spot, gave it a drink of water, and I'm hoping that we will still see some more blooms. Anyways, that's another one that supposedly loves the sun. All of the flowering plants that I have, starting with the African daisies that I showed you first, these are all sun-loving flowers, but you know, plants love sun to a certain extent. So, you know, we've got some, like the blooms over here on my African daisy that are looking really beautiful still, but some of them are obviously almost done for. But yeah, overall I think it's doing pretty good. I've got some hanging plants. I got this is just one of those indoor hanging plants. I can't tell if you can see because it's way high and I can't tell if the color is good, but it was only like $5. I got 3 of them because I like the extra green. Here are some succulents. The middle one that looks a little bit fried, we rescued that one from my last basket, but the other ones are new, and that's the last survivor of the last basket that I didn't do so well with. These are some strawberries that I have had to replant twice. So since we got them, we've had to plant them 3 times total. I found out too late that strawberries don't do well in Arizona, so I've had to work with them and try to revive them and really baby them. Probably won't be doing strawberries anytime soon after this batch. Then these little lovely leaves are citronella, natural mosquito fighting resisting plants, and they smell really good. I have 2 of those. I've got the little one, and then I've got one that's gotten fairly big. There's another one of my hanging plants. I need to install some more hooks so I can hang that one up. I have another one too, but it's already hanging, but I'd like to bring some of those hanging plants inside the house actually. And then this is my little lime tree. This little guy, so tiny and cute. I think it's doing okay. It's got some spider webs on it. I think it's doing okay. I guess only time will tell. You know, it's really a learning experience for me, all of this. I'm trying to educate myself because I really want, like, the ultimate goal is more food independence. I'll show you this one just for fun. This is an orchid that my husband gave me years ago, and it wasn't doing so hot, so we did open orchid root surgery. I had to take it out of its other container and trim back the roots and give it new orchid media and feed it, and it's doing pretty good. So I'm hoping it'll put out a spike and we'll have a bloom on it pretty soon. But I know that surgery like that can be traumatic to plants. So yeah, my front walkway, and I just have a few more plants to show you in here. These are all shade loving. So I have another one of those inexpensive house plants. I've got more succulents that are doing, I think, doing really good out here in this situation. I've got my my shrub that gives shade to this little chair here, which is cool. And then this chair here, so you can sit and in both sides and chat with people and have a nice comfy shady spot. This is my aloe vera. In Hawaii they call it aloe. It's obviously awesome for putting on minor scrapes and burns and skin irritations. Well, if you made it this far, I just wanted to show you a couple of more pictures and let you know that my kids did help me with planting all of these wonderful plants in the veggie and herb garden, and even the succulents and stuff. And it's been really fun. It's been something to occupy our time and help us learn some important skills. And it's really proven to be very interesting and has made our little patio and backyard so much more welcoming. And so now I even enjoy coming out here and doing quiet time. And I want to make that a habit every single morning, even before the sun comes up, to come out here and spend that time with the Lord and just in the peacefulness and the quietness with my plants. But, it's really been kind of a trying time. I know a lot of people are struggling with anxiety. I myself have had some moments. Just last night, I was having anxiety in the middle of the night because I have goals that I want to achieve in a very short amount of time. And, also just all the news and things that we're seeing every single day on social media. Although I do take breaks away from Facebook and stuff because it can get to be a bit much. And even I am guilty of sharing all of the tidbits and things that I find and see. But the truth is, we're going to be going through some even darker times soon. And so we need to be ready and learn the skills, gather all the knowledge that we can and start practicing those skills and getting ready as much as possible. And so it kind of helps, I think, to have that focus, at least for me. I don't know about you. Just trying to think about, okay, do I have all my bases covered? Do I have enough masks? Do I have enough, scripture really at the forefront of my mind, just to realize that this is a battle and we need to be standing guard. We need the weapons of our warfare, which are spiritual, but we also need to have practical skills and practical knowledge. And I recommend getting books because if the grid goes down, we're not going to be able to access the internet or Kindle. So I highly recommend getting some of these books that I've picked up. And most especially, if you don't have a Bible and a concordance, I really, really highly recommend that you get one. I also want to say this: every single time I post a video, whether it's one of my worship videos or some other kind of talking video or vlog, I share the gospel in the comments every single one of my videos. And I want to invite you, if you're watching and you've already come this far in this video, please drop a comment and stop by and read the gospel if you've never read the gospel before. And I pray that the Lord has drawn you here and that He is speaking to you right now about the seriousness of the times that we're living in, and that we really need to not only be prepared materially and mentally, but we need to be, most importantly, we need to be prepared spiritually. We need to have our lamps full of oil, and that oil is the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit only indwells in lamps that have been born again. So you need to be born again. And so I just really want to encourage you to read the gospel message that I'm going to post in the comments of this video. And if you liked this video, please please do comment, please share. I am not earning any money by doing this yet. I mean, maybe at some point it would be nice to, because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'm a homeschool mom, and if this is helpful and it's a blessing, maybe at some point in the future I can do Patreon or something. I don't know. I don't really have any plans with that regard, but I just hope that you enjoyed this, and I enjoyed putting it together, and hopefully I will be putting together some more videos soon. So anyways, thank you so much for your time and attention, and I hope that you got something from it. And please leave me a comment if you have something interesting to say, because I can definitely learn from some gardeners and people that have been doing that kind of stuff a lot longer than me. All right, thank you so much. Take care.